I'm actually not going to take too much of your time. My name is Dr. DeBurke. I'm here with my teammate Walter Changa Higgins and Letitia Andrews. I'm here to talk about this thing that we call the Cellular User Personalized Information Delivery System, a yay back. However, now we call it simply Cupid on the go. I'm not sure if you can read that or not. Well, basically what we do is we make, Cupid makes local and community news instantly accessible anywhere, wherever you're at. It's just that simple. I'm a product of the Louisiana education system, so it don't get very complicated. Basically, let me help you to appreciate how I came to all of this. All right, and I'm going to give you a little bit of demo. Basically, I'm from Monroe, Louisiana. And there's a local community newspaper. I went to school in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Another local and community newspaper. I was a planning and zoning commissioner in Cedar Hill, Texas. Local community news is covered by these local newspapers. Unfortunately, not Google, not the Dallas Morning News. And I happen to live in Euless. Now, when I was out in California, for example, I really like to keep up with knowing that my high school football team won the game and won the state championship. I could have gone out on the net, maybe, I heard through Facebook or whatever, or I could have possibly been passing through and picked up the paper or subscribed based on those things I'm going to do. Okay? And I definitely wasn't going to do that for the newspaper in Baton Rouge, and I definitely was not going to do that for the newspaper in Cedar Hill. Are you seeing my problem? Okay, what Cupid does is it gives you the ability to basically go out, get local news content, pull that all down to that thing, one of those things. Okay? So basically, here's a demo of it. This is just a prototype that we have currently out on the Android market. If you can click. What you will see is, with Cupid right there, you click on that button, and you set up what's called a profile. It's going. That profile is based on zip codes, area codes, keywords. For example, Monroe Free Press. You'll see. But this was my wife doing this last night. The zip code that I used here was 71202, and so Cupid goes out and actually looks in our database to find out local and community news basically from that area code. Zip code. Same thing with the area codes, 318-214. And then we can also, I only like to deal with the news, and I can set up keywords too. So basically, we're doing a search here, basically, of local and community news. And here's what we get back. And you only do that the first time, by the way. This right here is an article from the Monroe Free Press. It's called City Slapped by Audit Report. Basically, it is the actual article that ran in the paper. Okay? So I could scroll through this and read it if I wanted to. If I were in the car, I could click on that little button right there and actually listen to it. Or if I'm visually impaired. If you notice right here, this is a placeholder. This is how we make money. Basically, General Motors hopefully paid us for that ad revenue. Also down here, this is what we call local ad space. This is the reason that this newspaper partnered with us, because we allowed them to sell this and we share in the revenue. It's pretty simple, because that's what they do. Anyway, Cupid allows you to go in and put your zip code in, your area code, your whatever your keywords are. And if we have stuff in our database, then it basically brings it back to your phone. If not, then we know that we're getting on the phone to get that paper online, and all they have to do is partner with us. But here are the problems. Here, I need you to click on that for me. There you go. Here are the problems. We believe that it is increasingly more difficult to access local and community news for those people who read it. And I think many of us would if we just didn't have to go through so many hurdles to get it. So what we did was we built an app, and we're still working on an app that delivers this news personalized just for you, making instantly accessible community news whenever and wherever. We also think that it is increasingly more difficult for local newspapers to generate revenue. It's just difficult for them. So what we do is we give them that bottom space down there and share the revenue with us. That gives them an inexpensive way to grow, an inexpensive way to survive, doing what they do best. We don't want to give them that. We don't want newspapers to get in the app development business, which all of them are trying to do right now. Just partner with us and keep doing what you do. Increasingly more difficult to capture consumers' attention for advertisers. Hence, Cupid has geo-based ads, click-throughs, as well as direct calls. So that local ad, you click on it, call them up, and that's what that user needs. Giving them low-cost attention, instantly. Pretty much this is based on, this right here. I just want to give you a quick answer to who gives a damn about this. Basically, we looked at some Pew Research that says that 74% of people, when asked, how do you feel about that local and community news, they think that it actually, if it's shut down, would hurt civic life, would really cause a problem, okay? 30% of them said they actually rely on it. Keep in mind that many of those people are over the age of 40, okay? And they're still kind of tied to this. So their problem, the biggest problem that they pointed out is that they just can't get it. For example, I live in Euless, Texas. I would really like to know what was going on in Cedar Hill, Texas. I gotta be passing through just to pick up here. And we're not talking about Oakland, California, or Monroe, Louisiana, okay? So the problem exists there. As far as our persons under the age of 40, it's interesting. 72% of them actually said they thought that it would hurt civic life also. However, they really could care less about the print paper because they never really got into it in the first place. There was the internet and things like that. Well, Cupid allows newspapers to reach that younger market that they can't reach today because they're not going to pick up that newspaper. It allows easy access to anybody who's over 40 or 50, like myself, to kind of keep up with it. It gives advertisers the option to reach up over 40 or reach down under 40. So that's what it, in a nutshell, who cares? Let me tell you a little bit about who's doing this. Myself, I call myself the visionary and / the hacker. Pretty much I've been in web design for the last 10 years. I was doing it when it wasn't cool. Actually, Sonia Joseph, she's the hustler. She is a sales trainer, corporate sales trainer. She actually trains sales reps to sell super pages. And we have Letitia Andrews over here. She's a hacker and she's a PhD candidate over at the UT Dallas ATech program. And then we got back on the keyboards there. Sound like I'm introducing a band. On the keyboard is Walter Changa Higgins. He's our designer, UI, UX expert.